So Mark, I mean, you really have made a spectacular success of turning Impala around. Can you tell us a bit about that journey? Because I mean, I remember the first time you and I had a conversation about this, it sounded to me like you were putting your head into the crocodile's jaws. I mean, it looked like you were taking on something that was about to fall over and die.
Yeah, I mean, so Impala wasn't the first time. I mean, it's actually, I land up in these positions regularly, and it's probably by design, you've got to match the beast to the environment sometimes, and sometimes I'll end up in there, and that is where I thrive, in these harsh environments. So, I mean, it really started when I was, and I suppose it says something, so I was recruited into the business. I mean, I signed the employment form and I joined the business without looking at the business, knowing that Impala was in a very, very bad state operationally. Safety, it was the worst in safety in the platinum industry. It was running at phenomenal losses, I think $3 billion a year losses. It was going to shut down or lose its whole business. It was going to shut down sort of half its business or third of its business to keep the viable parts open. And it wasn't a great culture. It was a inwardly looking, destructive culture on a downward spiral. And I was actually aware of that. And that's why, and they said, don't you want to look at the ore body or see the infrastructure? And I actually said, no, there's no need for me to see that, because that's not what it's about. Even if it needs to be closed, I will still be able to, I'll do my best in that, and I believe that's where I have specific skill in that in any case. So I signed up for this, knowing that you might win or lose this war, and knowing that even if I lost the war, I would lose it in a much better fashion than most others would. So I signed up, joined the company, and the mandate was close the unprofitable mines, retrench, I think it was 13,000 people, and ensure the mine gets back to profitability. It was the worst in safety. That was one of the elements, but losing huge amounts of cash and losing ore reserve every year. We started off, it was a question of you walking into a beehive, and there was no trust in any case. So why would they trust an outsider when they don't trust the people in the company? And it was a tough, first few months just to get people aligned and looking. But I think the first port of call is, I didn't join this business to hurt people. I came here to grow and help people. I would like to be successful. You'd like to be successful. Do you? Yes. Well, guess what? Our objective is the same, man. Guess what? We all have families. There's a community out there that depends on you. And that's why that initial message actually spread quite quickly. And the mines that were the worst off, I was just looking at our 12 shaft now. Our 12 shaft was the worst off. That was one of the mines I had to close, 12, 14, one shaft.
That's amazing.
Trench people. 12 shaft currently is our best margin.
That's amazing.
And they're just doing a project there to extend its life further and mechanize some areas. So from being our worst performer, it's now one of our best performers. And that's safety, production, and all those elements, the cost management and all that. So it was really just aligning them, saying, you're going to lose your job. We're going to close down now, but yeah, I'm trying to help you. And then people do learn to trust you, and you just have to find one or two wins, and you do improve the trust. And I mean, the union was hostile then as well. But I work very, very well with my union now. They are very much supportive of us. And we just built on that, going about, let's make a strong team. I cannot run this business. Impala has 42,000 people. So one man cannot run this business alone. You need a team effort. You need everyone to pull in the same direction. And that's why you got the buy-in over time. People saw this. And yes, to end up where we are, I think our share price has improved significantly. Impala's paid significant dividends out. We have won the trophy for the best in the platinum industry from a safety point of view.
Wow.
We've won the netball team. I think we've also been winning the corporate relay event that's happened. We won it with the South African champions. I think 2 years ago, before COVID, we also won the world championship. And so we've turned, and the Impala is now the home of champions, as we call it. It's where people come to win, and where people do to just naturally naturally weren't. So we've broken our all-time safety records. Currently, our lost time injury frequency rate is the lowest it's ever been.
That's amazing.
And the business is in a good position to face the next downturn. Downturn's always real, so those are challenging, but in a good position to face them and move forward.
And so I mean, there were 35,000 people employed when you started. You were going to retrench 13,000, and you now have 42,000 people.
Yeah, 42.
Yeah, that's amazing. Rather than cut and burn, you built.
We've grown, and I mean, it's when you look at those numbers. So I mean, we've got huge amounts of interns. So those numbers are made up of a cadet program as well that we pre-train people in, because the youth say they got no experience, so therefore they never get hired. So we start a cadet program. So we train them, we teach them up so that they can at least enter the workforce. Our internships, that's graduates that we bring in. We bring in on a 2-year graduate internship program. So yes, those numbers just add, but I mean, I believe you just get value out of that in the long run from those things. We help out in the communities. We've expanded our security forces, our security in the business, and we do community patrols now as well. So yeah, it's not only the business, but we're now able through this to do a lot more community work, support schools, build schools, SLP projects. We recently built a swimming pool in a local community, athletics tracks. We handed over a big clinic to the community. So yeah, it's grown, but not only the business, it's actually what the business can do as well. We've really grown in those areas. So it's been good, yeah.